Hi my people, I welcome you all back to my channel. So today we are making this beautiful jumpsuits without joining at the waist. So if you are just coming across this channel, do it to subscribe and don't forget to click the notification button. To my returning subscribers, thank you all for the love, for the likes and the encouragement. So I'm making use of just 3 yards of this fabrics. It's actually a flowered sunray. Yes, flower sunray. So the first thing to do is just to fold into 4 layer in the regular way we used to fold our fabrics. So now here I'm checkmating the length I'm having there. I'm working with a gown length of, I'll actually be making use of the gown length for the length of the jumpsuit, and the gown length for this is 59. So I even have this in excess. So here I'm marking the bust point to be 10, the waist point to be 16, and the hip point to be 22. That is just what I'm marking out. So 10 for the bust, waist 16 for the waist, and 22 for the hip. So that is what I'm marking out across the fabrics. So after joining all the marked points this way, I actually decided to use pen so as to be visible, because I'm having only white chalk with me and it's not visible at all. So after joining that, the next thing is to calculate and mark out the crotch length. So the crotch length is just your hip divided by 10. So here I'm working with hip of 40. So 40 divided by 10 will give me 4. So I'll be marking the 4 inch right from the upper end here down to where my hip point is. So that is what I'm marking out, as you can see. Remember, the crotch length extend from the upper part down to the hip length. So now the next step is to take our horizontal measurement. So I'm working with a bust of 38, and the fabric is into 4 fold. If you divide 38 into 4, it will give you 9. So I marked 12 there. My waist is 28 divided by 4 will give 7, plus 3 each allowance, that will give 10, which is what I marked. And I'm working with hip of 40 divided by 4 will give 10. So plus 3 each allowance, that will give 13. So the bust point here is 12, waist is 10, and the hip is 13. So that is what I marked, and that is what I'm joining here. So I'm just trying to make the marking visible for you to see. And now to the crotch depth. No, I'm sorry. For the pockets, I'll go to the waistline and come down by 1 inch, then make the pocket opening 6 inch. I'm trying to draw out a pocket shape, which is what I'm doing there. And now for the crotch depth, you will need to divide your hip into 4, then add 2 or 3 each allowance. So the hip I'm working with is 40 divided by 4 will give 10. So I'm adding 2 each allowance, that is 12. So from the waist point, I'll measure down 12 inches, which is what I did. Then the next thing is just to connect it up in order to have the regular curvy shape for the crotch. So um which is what I'm marking here. So I'm just ensuring that all the marking are well visible enough. Now to the neckline, I'm making both the front and back of the neckline to be the same. So I'll be making it 3.5 by 6 inch. I actually want it to be a V shape. So I mark 3.5 there, then 6 for the depth. So the next thing is just to place your tape or ruler and then make it to your desired shape, or I'm going with the V shaped here, so which is what I'm doing there. So the next thing is to measure the round sleeve or the sleeve opening. So I'm making it 10. So I blend it with the previous measurement I make. Now you place your ruler and connect it down to the down parts of the fabrics, and then connect it up the hip to the hip where we marked 13-inch earlier. So that will surely give you the flare and free shape for the pants side of the jumpsuit. So now the next thing is to cut out all our marked points. So after all the necessary cutting, when you open up, this is what you will have. So it will give you the front piece and the back piece. So now let's get down to the sewing part. To start with, you need to pipe in the neckline. I'm using um I'm using ribbon bias here to pipe in the neckline. So after that is done, this is what you will have. And now to the placement of the zip. So you just follow it I as you can see. So the zip will be at one side of it, then you sew in the other open end. So after placing the zip, this is what you will have as well. So the next thing to do is to join the two shoulder before we then do the drawstring design, which is at the sleeve. So after joining of the two shoulder, I'm done with the first joining. Now to the second joining. After that I'll I'll need to get some piece of material to finish up the round sleeve, as in the tip of the sleeve, in order to have a nice finishing up. So the total sleeve length I'm having there is 15-inch. Then in order to achieve the drawstring design at the sleeve, I'll be needing pieces of material to make 4 pieces of rope, which will be used in drawing the drawstring. So 4 pieces of rope, which is what I'm seeing here. Then another extra 2 pieces of material of 2 by 13-inch, which will serve like an holder or case for the rope. So I'll place the two rope on each of the pieces of the 13 by 2-inch that I made mention earlier. So I will attach the rope as I'm doing there. So the next thing is just to place it on the sleeve as I'm doing here, and secure it down on the body of the fabrics by ensuring I'll first run through the center, then before holding each side down. So while holding each side down, I will ensure that the machine does not run on the rope, because if it should run on it, it won't give, as in it won't pull at all. So there won't be that drawstring design. So I'll do for both sides of the sleeve. So if you should do it correctly, this is what you should have. So we are done with the drawstring design at the sleeve. So the next thing is just to join both sides of it. So right from the sleeve to the pocket will go that way. So I'm taking in just 1 inch, 1 inch. I'm saying I'm leaving just 1 inch allowance there. So from the pocket to the pant size, you go there. So you do the same for the second side as well. You do the second, you do that for the second side as well. So from the sleeve to the pocket down to the pant size as well. So after the joining, this is what you have. So as you can see, there is no joining at the waist, but from the picture I displayed earlier, there is an elastic design at the waist. So this is which is what I'm marking there. So I'm just trying to get my waistline. Remember, we make use of 16 inch the other time, so I'm marking 16 inch all through. So the next step is just to open it up on the wrong side, and while pulling the elastic, I'll just place my machine on the elastic and sew on it. With that, I'll get like a gathered form of design at the waist, which so that is how you do it. So after everything, this is what you have. Here is your beautiful jumpsuit without joining at the waist. Thank you all for your time. Don't forget to subscribe and kindly click the notification button so as to be notified whenever I upload any of my videos. Thank you all for your time. My book, How to Start a Profitable Fashion Business from Home in Nigeria, is now available on seller. Do well to get yourself a copy today. You can as well send a DM to the attached WhatsApp number. Thank you and God bless.